Hi, my name is Joe Hyman. I'm the owner and general manager of Modal. We're a boutique modern hostel in Greenville, South Carolina, the United States. So I'm actually born from the city where I currently have my hostel. I did a lot of travel and I moved away and then I moved back. But I didn't actually come out and really embrace who I am authentically until I was about 25. And it was actually through the hostel journey and interacting with hostel in the travel process to where I felt that I kind of found my identity. And so when I came out, I realized that it gave other people inspiration or excitement to be themselves in our small town. It's a very conservative part of the country, and we don't necessarily have any spaces dedicated to the queer community for gathering or for finding out information or a way to connect with people. So Modal is actually based in Greenville, South Carolina, which is a very up-and-coming city. It's rooted, though, in a lot of conservative perspective, a lot of conservative value, a lot of religiosity. And so in general, the LGBTQ plus community is not something that you see championed, or you don't necessarily see it in everyday life. And so I think, part of my social responsibility as a business owner is to create space for representation and visibility. And so the way we've started caring for our community is providing those queer nights where we meet once a week. And we've been doing that ever since we opened. It's every Thursday night from 6 to 8 p.m. We encourage anyone who's looking for community to come. And then we also, because of that, we started to see this impact and opportunity with our local community. So we started hosting very large events around the queer community for Pride. And so our location became the it place for Pride Night. And then I realized that there was a huge need and a gap between the nonprofits that were serving the community. And there was so many nonprofits doing different things, but there wasn't a very cohesive space for them to kind of all come together and tell their story. And so we started an event during Pride called the Queer Nonprofit Showcase. And I give our property as a free place for all of these nonprofits to set up a tent and have a space like a fair where they can showcase all the services that they offer. And then members of our community can come and learn and see what's going on, get healthcare, they can get connected with community groups, they can see other, queer-owned businesses. And so in general, it's just a big celebration so that we all feel, again, a sense of unification. We have a nonprofit called 864 Pride, who I work with directly in helping with crisis housing for individuals that are queer who have been displaced for a certain reason so that they have somewhere to sleep if they, are in crisis. And then we've also been working very closely with the Chamber in creating a queer arts initiative. We have an art gallery space in our property, and we've raised over $10,000 collectively already to start working on efforts in giving artist representation, giving them access to resources, and doing shows. So we actually hosted a show at Modal, and all along the way, our travelers are all welcome to participate in any of these functions, 100% free. We want them to feel like they're included as well. I get asked all the time if Modal being so out and proud, are we a gay hostel? And my answer is no, we're not a gay hostel, but we are a very inclusive space. And I think sometimes it's misinterpreted that only people who identify as queer are welcome. And that's not the story. We are just a very affirming place. And so I think if anything, I've had more guests, thank us for being so vocal, or they wouldn't have felt as comfortable as they did if, we weren't so vocal in either showing the pride flag or having, information on our website or talking about it socially on Instagram or Facebook. And I think that's necessary. When guests stay with us at Modal, they're immediately given access to our Queer Arts Initiative Showcase, which is all the art that we have on display. And we definitely see a lot of engagement from our guests in what we do, whether it's our Pride events or whether it's our weekly Queer Night gathering. Again, whether or not they identify as queer, most of our guests who stay with us feel a sense of comfortability and really enjoy the things that we're doing. We are all here because of social connection. We want to meet people. Like, we travel, we hostel because we want that social interaction. So I think that's the biggest important part of it when it comes to diversity and inclusion. It's truly about a culture and a respect for humanity and for everybody who is in that process of traveling, because we all want that intimate connection as we go around the world. Thank so much for listening. Again, my name's Joe Heinman with Modal in Greenville, South Carolina. We would love to host you if you want to come visit anytime. Please feel free. Regardless of who you are, we welcome you.